What's going on, guys? I am Want to Mess. Welcome to a new Raid Shadow Legends video. Today I have a very exciting, very cool video to show you guys. Today we're going to be talking about Fire Knight 25. I will be showcasing today what I believe to be the fastest 100% win rate Fire Knight 25 team in the game. We are using my own account to do so. However, I want to give full credit to a fellow clan member of mine, Ron. He's the one who theory crafted this exact team with these exact specific gear pieces and items, etc. So let's jump right into it. So I just want to go right in, show you right off the bat. Let's just start with a run of the team. So we have Royal Guard, Renegade, Seer, Ghostborne, and Allure. Let's just see a run and how it goes. So right off the bat, you're going to notice that this is a pretty standard opener, defense down. We're going to nuke the wave. Now, Renegade here actually goes in and uses her A1 first. That's very, very important because we have a blood shield accessory on her. So here we get the reset from Allure, or from Renegade, Allure, nuke, nuke, Seer. Now you'll see there, Vrask actually takes a turn. If I had the exact perfect gear, I would have my Allure a little bit faster and Seer a little bit faster for that not to happen. That happens 1 out of 4 runs or so I've seen. He targets usually the Royal Guard. I have shields on. The Vrask is weak affinity, so it doesn't really do anything. Anyways, we're kind of missing it now. We broke through the shield with a really good rotation, got defense down from Ghostborne, and now we're just kind of nuking it. Looking pretty close here. Going to be right around 1 minute average. We reset 59 seconds right there. You know what? Since we got a little bit wrapped up with the Vrask, let's do another run just to show. Same thing here. Should be the exact same opener every time. Sometimes she targets different people depending on how much health they have left, but we'll see if it happens on wave 2. Okay, so the Vrasks will not hit us this time. Basically, if we land any sort of turn meter reduction on them from Allure or Royal Guard, they're fine. So the really important part here is that the Fire Knight has 12 shields now. And as you're seeing right here, we are breaking the shield on the last charge of it with Allure. And for those of you who don't know, the Fire Knight, when it has 1 charge of his shield left, whatever ability actually breaks that final charge, whatever that ability does will still go through. Your damage will still be reduced, but for example, Allure's A1 reduces turn meter. So she actually gets all 3 of her A1s, and all 3 of them reduce turn meter. If you had, for example, Ghostborne doing the final hit with his A1, he would still be able to place his defense down. So let's see. So exactly 1 minute once again. So let me talk about sort of the AI here on this team. There's nothing too crazy. Basically, this team, the AI presets are going to be Royal Guard. Leave them the exact same. Renegade, you're going to have her actually open up with her A1. Seer, you're going to force her to always use her Karma Burn if available. Due to the number of buffs that we actually get on her, sometimes her AI just doesn't really want to Karma Burn. It doesn't think it can kill them, but it can. And then Ghostborne and Allure, they're going to be the exact same. A lot of people like to, or suggest turning off Seer's A2. That's definitely not correct. Her A1 is a very long animation. And the A2 provides us with weaken on this team, so very important. And you definitely want to leave Allure's abilities as well. The temptation damage on the first wave is quite good, and then on the second wave it can help out. You could make an argument that you could just set it to the opener. However, I just like leaving her as normal, because if the boss gets low enough turn meter for her to A2 or A3 anyways, then you're fine. So now let's go take a look at the gear. So the reason why I'm calling this a showcase instead of a guide is because this is probably the most gear intensive and difficult team I have ever built on my account. We're going to go one by one, and I'll kind of explain the gear and why this is so difficult. And some accounts might, like some even very end game accounts, might literally not even be able to build, might not even be able to build this due to restrictions. So first champion is going to be Ghostborne. So you'll notice here, we have him in immunity gear. This is an extra buff for Seer to strip off. And then we also have him wearing a blood shield ring. Now, I got pretty lucky on this ring. It's not an attack ring, but it really high rolled the attack percentage. But basically, he is running 4.6k attack, 219 speed, crit capped because he is Spirit Affinity, 255 crit damage, and then he still needs accuracy to land the defense down from his A1. So even though the defense down from this ability can't be resisted, we don't get this ability back for a couple turns at the boss. So we want to be able to place the defense down with this A1 right here. The next champion is going to be Seer. So Seer, I'm running in Savage plus crit damage gear. She has 3.5k attack, 197 speed, 100% crit rate, 300% crit damage, 235 accuracy. Once again, the accuracy is reasonably important. She is our source of weaken on the boss, and weaken obviously adds tons of damage. Here are her masteries. So you'll notice here that she has War Master. So a lot of people will probably struggle to do 300% crit damage in Savage with War Master. Very, very, very gear intensive. And let me just show Ghostborne's really quick. He is also using War Master. We went down the left side of the offense tree, down into War Master, support tree, over here into Lasting Gifts and Master Hexer. They're not particularly Lasting Gifts might matter depending on when Seer strips your buffs, but for the most part, these should work just fine. Let's see. So next up is going to be Allure. So Allure is in Savage Gear and Speed Set. She has 5.1k attack, 273 speed, 90% crit rate, 234 crit damage, and 223 accuracy. So Allure is Magic Affinity. So she's Strong Affinity versus the Fire Knight 25. So technically we only need 85%, and I could switch her into the Attack Mastery. However, I might change these gears around going forward. I'm using some not 100% optimal Savage gear here, so that's why I'm leaving it on the crit rate for now. So she is down the left-hand side all the way into Giant Slayer because she has a 3-hit A1, and that's what she primarily uses, and then standard support tree. And then she also has a Blood Shield. That's a second Blood Shield. Now, Royal Guard, once again, this guy is Magic Affinity, so Strong Affinity, 5.7k attack, 217 speed, 85% crit rate, 263 crit damage, and 223 accuracy. Once again, Blood Shield on Royal Guard, Savage plus crit damage, Savage plus Cruel. And then his masteries, he is also down into War Master. I took the attack tree due to just how the gear worked out. And it is important to have Evil Eye on every single champion on this team, technically other than Allure. I do still like Evil Eye on Allure for potentially for the waves, and then also for if you use her in any other content, it's still a good mastery on her. So, and the final champion is Renegade. So Renegade is our shield set champion. However, it is still, I still like building her for damage. Her A2 hits fairly hard, and you'll notice once again another Blood Shield piece. So she has almost 4,000 attack, 198 speed, 100% crit rate, 224 crit damage, and 237 accuracy. And here are the masteries for Renegade. Left side of the tree down into War Master, and then the support tree down into and including Evil Eye, and then Cycle of Magic is an RNG mastery, but sometimes it can be nice on her. I haven't really seen it come into play and give me like a super fast run, but it's pretty good. And you will notice Renegade is specifically 1 speed faster than Seer, so that when Seer wipes the first wave with her masteries, she has the Whirlwind of Death mastery, so that means that she becomes faster than Renegade after that point. So then on the second wave, Renegade's only taking 1 turn, and Seer will take 2. And the other champions, Ghostborne, obviously Allure, and Royal Guard are all faster than Allure becomes. Allure becomes 215 after her masteries, so I have Royal Guard very close, 217, and Ghostborne 219. So that is the showcase of all of the gear. Let's watch the run one more time. Okay, so same run, defense down, nuke. What I really want to point out with this final run that I'm showcasing is that really making clear the rotation at the boss and showing how important Evil Eye is on everybody. So unfortunately, Vras took a turn there. Seemed to be a bit more frequent than normal. So specifically, you'll notice that Allure does her A1, Royal Guard uses his A3, Ghostborne does his A2, Seer does her A2, and Renegade uses her A2. So that means that every single champion on this team other than Allure is using an ability other than their A1 to break the shield. So that means that once we finally break it, we're breaking it with Allure's triple hit A1 to reduce turn meter, and then all 4 other champions are also getting their Evil Eye on the boss, which reduces the boss's turn meter as well. That's what makes this so especially safe once you get to the shield. And nice and easy, 1 minute time, looking really good. All right, that is the end of the showcase for this part of the team. Now I'm going to show you the world record team really fast. Okay, so here is the world record run for Fire Knight. You'll see here pretty straightforward. Allure damage. Kymar opens with his A1. Ghostborne, unresistible defense down. Royal Guard nuke. Seer blow it up. We do pretty much the same thing here. We actually get a little bit unlucky there with Nethril living. So this could have actually been a slightly faster run. Once we get to the boss, we have a good rotation here. We're breaking the shield with Allure's final hit on her A1. So we do reduce the turn meter somewhat. Yeah, not too much else here to say. Ghostborne lands the decreased defense because he has the unresistible version on his A3, but also he has a 100% chance on his A1. So he's an excellent champion for this once you break the shield. We're kind of just going, nuking it down. Royal Guard and Seer's damage are capped, but Kymar reset, more damage, A2 here. And then due to the animation, 53 seconds. Pretty good. All right, everybody. Let me show you the actual gear that was used in this world record team, because it's a little bit different from the gear that I'm running in the normal version of the team. Obviously, for the world record, we're pushing the boundaries of it. Higher damage on certain people. Some people are a little bit slower than they need to be for a proper 100% win rate team. So let me show you that. So this team consists of, let's just go in order of the actual champions. We have Kymar. So Kymar was actually put into a shield set with some decent damage. Not crazy, but, or at least for like my level of gear. 4,000 attack. He wasn't hitting super hard, but 229 speed. Unfortunately, my shield gear just didn't really work out perfectly for 100% crit rate. I probably could have changed the chest piece, but that's okay. 185 crit damage, 215 accuracy. The accuracy isn't super important, but landing Evil Eye on the boss is very helpful. So if you do run the Kymar variation, you should have enough accuracy for Evil Eye to work, which 215 is probably a little bit low still. Here is the Ghostborne build. So Ghostborne, we're running 4.6k attack, 219 speed, 255 crit damage, 233 accuracy. This is an immunity gear, and also he has Blood Shield. I don't believe we did not have Blood Shield on Kymar. Here is the Seer right here. So she is in Savage plus crit damage, 3.5k attack, which her base is very low, so this is pretty decent. 197 speed. Post masteries, after the first wave, she gets up to 215, 100% crit rate, 300% crit damage, 235 accuracy. Next up is the Allure. So Allure, she is also in an immunity set for this team. 274 speed, 91% crit rate, 225 crit damage, 4.8k-ish attack, 265 accuracy. Once again, another Blood Shield piece. And then here's the final person, the Royal Guard. He is in Savage plus Cruel, 5.7k attack, 217 speed, 85 crit rate, 263 crit damage, and 218 accuracy. Once again, these two champions are strong affinity versus Fire Knight 25, so you can run them with 85% crit rate, and another Blood Shield on Royal Guard. The Blood Shields are very important. Actually, if I had another Demon Spawn Blood Shield for Kymar, I could drop one of my immunity sets, so I could run Allure back in her normal damage gear, which would actually help this team a fair bit. But I was forced to do an additional immunity set onto the Allure due to not having a fourth Blood Shield, unfortunately. All right, well, that should just about do it for the gear for everybody for the world record team. that should just about wrap up the video then. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. I know I haven't been very consistent at all in terms of releasing videos. It's been a while actually since I've done a video. I was having some issues with my Plarium, with my computer, my client, and then my account. I've gotten all of that fixed. Plarium has helped me out, gotten my items back to me that I lost, and I'm kind of back on track in terms of being motivated to play the game, do well, create content, etc. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Once again, a huge shout out to Ron, in my fellow clan member, came up with the idea of this team, not only the 100% win rate, like super steady, super safe team, also obviously the world record using the Kymar instead. Shout out to him. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, etc. All that fun YouTube stuff, and I will see you on a video soon. Peace.